Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. And welcome to my stop on the Whimsy Stamps Snow Amazing Hop and Giveaway. Now it is a hashtag driven hop and we are featuring this adorable stamp set called Snowball Family. We will also be using the Snowball Family No Fuss Instant masks, and they are sold separately. You can get them all at the Whimsy store. I will have everything linked and listed downstairs in the description box, and I will tell you more about the hop in just a little bit, but right now, pardon me, let's get started on the card. So I have cut down a panel of Bristol Smooth cardstock, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Cut down that panel to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, A2 size, and I have die cut it out with the Wonky Stitch rectangle dies. However, I am not incredibly happy with the way this turns out. It takes a turning point somewhere along the way and my mind gets changed, and so that will not be the die set that ultimately is kind of featured as the rectangle die. But we'll get to all of that as we get to it. And again, everything will be linked and listed downstairs in the description box for your convenience. You'll want to use the hashtag Whimsy Stamps Snow Amazing Hop, and that will produce a playlist for all the other participants. But we're also going to try really hard to get everybody's YouTube channel linked, or their video. Video would be best, but sometimes we just can't make that happen for various reasons because life is real. But we will have each other's YouTube channels listed. And if you get lost anywhere along the way, especially using the hashtag, you can always pop back to the last video that you were on and go down in the description box and find the link. Or you can start over on the Whimsy Stamps channel where I have a video up for Whimsy as well. So with all of that said, just know that this is the hashtag driven hop, as I've mentioned. If the hashtag doesn't work or if you don't like it or whatever, just pop back and find the links to the other participants. This giveaway is for a $50 gift card to the Whimsy Stamps store. So you want to make sure that you hop along to all the other participants, like their videos, leave a comment downstairs. If you feel inclined to subscribe, we would love it if you would do that. And the winner will be chosen at random. All of those other details will be downstairs in the description box as well, the deadlines, all those things. If your name is selected, you will have to look back at the Whimsy Stamps YouTube channel on the video for this particular hop, and we will be pinning the name of the winner at the very top of the description box. So check back there and then just follow the instructions from there. So back to my card. Just did some regular stamping with my with the stamps in the Misty and the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and the tree was taking a while to dry, so I decided that I would just do what you saw me do. And I took a small blending brush and different shades of green distress ink and just use the blending brush to tap it on. So I have all those little marks from the individual bristles, and it gave a really neat effect. I really liked it. And because it was still wet, I went ahead and hit it with the embossing powder. It's just clear embossing powder. And then, of course, hit it with the heat tool to melt that embossing powder. And then I'm doing the down and dirty ink blending. But before all of that, after I stamped, I put on these masks. Now, the No Fuss Instant masks are very exact. So you want to make sure when you lay them down that you get it within those, the edges of the stamped image. Now, you can see that there was not a mask for the tree, so I actually just did what I did. I stamped it up and I decided that I would go ahead and use the ink to fill it in and use the embossing powder as a way to resist, so I get that same kind of resist that the masks kind of imply. Now, I'm not incredibly happy with the way that ink blending looks, but it just wasn't getting any better. So I lifted up that bottom piece, which was just a scrap of the masking paper, And that's what I used to create kind of the impression of a snowy hill. And then I lifted it up and put it on upside down so that I could do a little bit of ink blending across the bottom, and it just looks really muddy to me. I'm not happy with that either. So not liking the ink blending on the top, not liking the ink blending on the bottom. I don't like that it's so abrupt at the bottom of the tree, and that is operator error. But I do love this. I love lifting the masks, y'all. It's like, I don't know, it's like a gift. Look at that. I mean, it is so clean and so crisp. You want to take your time, and you want to make sure that you lay down your masks properly anytime you use a mask, right? These aren't any different than a mask that we might fussy cut, but I can tell you that, again, it's much more exact, and you won't have any kind of jaggedy edges or anything like that. So I'm really happy with that, and I'm just using my Olos just to add some dimension and some, kind of bring these little guys to life. I love this Snowball family. I think they're absolutely adorable. Now, they came out last year, and I had to get them. I had to get them. And I've used them many times. Last year, I actually created a rainbow of cards. Literally, I created a rainbow of cards. So each card had a different color focus, but it was the full rainbow. And that is why I decided to go with the rainbow ink blending on these this year, just to kind of follow that theme. And it's almost a one layer card. At least it started out that way. Now, the one that I actually put up on the Whimsy Stamps channel isn't one layer, because I ended up, I like a layer. I like a black frame and things like that. So it's not a one layer card, but it is clean and simple. This one I had intended to make it clean and simple, but it doesn't turn out that way. Again, that ground is just looking muddy to me, so I want to cover that up. And I went kind of back and forth on what sentiment I wanted to have, but ultimately I settled on Happy Holidays. And I used the mini slim notched stitched. No, this isn't the notched. I don't want to slaughter the name, so I will just say I'll list it downstairs in the description box. But I use the very smallest of the dies. One is stitched and one is not, but I use the very smallest of each set to create the sentiment there, or the sentiment strip. And then I use this other frame from Whimsy, and again, I don't have it in front of me, and I don't want to slaughter the name, so I will have it downstairs in the description box. But I cut out the frame, and then I cut out the hill, also using the scalloped edger die there, and I think that just cleaned the whole thing up. It covered up, kind of camouflaged those errors, or those areas that I felt were in error. I just didn't like them. And so I didn't want to ditch the whole card, because I always feel like you can resurrect whatever it is you're making, right? I don't think that anything is trash. Well, very seldom do I think that something is trash. But I did lift the frame up on some double-sided foam tape just to give it a little bit of dimension. Now, you could have turned this, or I could have turned this into a shaker card quite easily, but that was not what I was going for. I still wanted to keep it relatively simple, despite the fact that I was adding these other elements and layers. But just trimming down the little excess, because my card panel wasn't cut, or my card base wasn't cut quite right. And then also I wanted to make a little bit of room to add a frame to the background. So I have a couple layers of white and a couple layers of black, and I think everything is framed nicely. And then I lifted up that sentiment on some double-sided foam tape as well, and just kind of popped it up across the bottom, and I think it looks really cute. And now I am using these red confetti. They're just called red. They're absolutely stunning. And I remember when I got my first order of these, I just knew that they were the perfect Christmas red, and I'm glad that I'm using them on this tree. I think they just bring everything to life. And I had colored the little ornament in the snow person's hand on the bottom, but then I went ahead and put a confetti on there as well. And all the different confetti on the tree just sparkling, and the confetti, or the tree itself with the shine of the embossing powder. And I love how the little bristles of the brush left like those little teeny tiny little wet spots for the embossing powder to stick to, and it kind of looks like either it's glowing like with lights, or it has snow, and I think that's really cute. And now here for my final pictures, you can see that I did add some splatter. I used a little bit of acrylic ink and a little bit of a sparkle spray, but I didn't spray the sparkle spray or shimmer spray. I just kind of flicked the nozzle, and that just created that kind of shimmery look in the background, some shimmery splatters. But guys, that is everything. Make sure you use that hashtag. Hop along and see all my other friends that are participating in this hop. Make sure that you like and comment, subscribe if you want to, but we want you eligible for this $50 gift card. And again, hop on over to the Whimsy Stamps channel to find out who that winner is. Find all of those details downstairs in the description box. And until next time, guys, thanks again. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Christmas. Mwah. I'm out.